and our party is finally ready to get into some action, hopefully. We've spent a lot of time throughout the kingdom of Heathcliff, visiting people and learning about the history and the very difficult economical and social problems plaguing the city, as well as the black bile virus, which has been coming in from the east in the tropics of Kamali. Um, Due to all of the time that we spent in the city and the heavy amount of roleplay, I have given all of the characters a level up. So, congrats, players. Um, yeah, I do like to reward role playing, acting in character. Even in some of the books, it says to reward that kind of stuff, and people seem to enjoy it. So,
We've only been doing it for 5 episodes.
yeah, all right. Um, so, where we left off, you were at the city gates. Lord Valis was steering the carriage. I believe Xan'Tha was up front with him. Michelle's passed out in the back, and Sirris is keeping an eye on Thale.
Don't do drugs, kid.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? So,
Okay.
the party is now heading towards the Tropics of Kamali. It is sunrise. The sun's rising in the east, directly in the direction that you guys are heading. So, yeah, we'll just take it up from there. Is there anything that you guys want to do while you are on your trip? For the first little bit, it's just going to be simple travel. Anything you guys want to do along the way?
Catch up on a week of missing sleep.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're doing already.
I would like to look my armor over.
Okay.
I've got leatherworking proficiency.
Oh, you know what? I forgot I had that, I forgot. The egg. And I also had that medallion that I never figured anything out about.
We never figured anything about our necklaces.
Yeah, you were going to go visit at one time, but I remember you mentioning that, but it just never happened.
I think we forgot.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15. I want to say +2, so 17.
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for something that makes it, like, odd and that I haven't quite discovered about it yet.
Well, as mentioned, it is moon elf armor. It is very old in craftsmanship. You can tell it's a little worn, even though it's been kept in good condition. Excuse me. Yeah, the armor, like I mentioned, does grow black in the dark, and it is white outside of that. You have noticed some stitching in the back of the neck that would indicate a specific tailor. However, the name doesn't ring any bells. One second. Illusadre is the name of the tailor who's crafted this outfit for you. Well, not for you, but anyway, that's pretty much the only thing you see that is outstanding about it. It does seem to be made of superior materials and have some form of magic on it to make it change colors, but that's about all you get. Up front, as you're looking over your armor, you see Valis just staring off in the distance, eating a sausage, saying nothing.
I kind of shoulder check, kind of like nudge his shoulder and go, "So what were you doing with the orphans in the church to be, handpicked?"
I was not with the orphans. I am just a member of the church. I have been in Heathcliff for some time now. They elected me to take care of matters regarding some goblins, and I'm still here. He says, I worked with Lawliet back when he was in his 20s, about 5 years ago. It's been a very confusing couple of years.
Well, I would think that he was in his 20s and then suddenly you see him and he's no longer in his 20s.
Very strange. But they pay me well, and I eat well. Good enough.
Obviously with that sausage, Just make sure you don't have Michelle see
Suddenly, Michelle wakes up.
Somebody say sausage.
Go to sleep.
But now I want to. Okay.
He looks over his shoulder back at Sirris and says, "Hand me some wine."
Woohoo! Drunk driving.
Boy, wine.
I am neither a boy nor your waiter. You can ask nicely like everyone else.
I am the darkness.
He says, "Well, excuse me, young man, but if I don't have a drink, it will be a very long ride." And he just extends his hand.
I have a feeling it's going to be a long ride anyway.
I'm an alcoholic too.
Fuck it, I'll hand him some wine.
He uncorks it with his teeth and takes a big drink. Thale perches up from the back. He says, "From my information, it seems like it's going to be about 8 hours before we reach the outskirts of the tropics. Hopefully there won't be anything in that time, so..."
Who the fuck is Thale?
The book that you
Cassius.
don't like.
Oh, okay. Dickhead, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave you a fake name. Cassius. His real name is Thale. Esperon Thale. Yeah, he says it'll be about 8 hours before you reach the outskirts of the tropics. Until then, it's just open land. You're traveling down a well-traveled road, or, well, it was well-traveled before everyone at the timber camps came back.
Can I roll for perception to see if I see anything?
Sure.
Do I actually know that that's his name?
Yes!
Because I don't think...
He said
did
his
say
name
it.
before he left.
Yeah, he introduced himself to Valis with a different name. And then he was like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, Cassius is not my name."
Maybe I should see if I was even paying attention. I'm gonna roll evens and odds, see what happens.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I was looking at a bunny. Because a 1 is off.
Okay. So, you're rolling perception? Give me a check. I'll let you know if you see anything.
$18.
18, yeah. Really, there's not much to see. It is a little. It's about 60 outside. It's winter, but you're in the tropics, so it's still pretty warm. You do see some storm clouds brewing in the distance. Open fields for quite a while. Don't see anyone of interest, any people or wildlife. Just
where are the
early
storm
morning.
clouds? Are they close or are they far?
They are coming in from the north, and you are headed east. It looks like it'll be a couple hours before that's upon you.
I glare at the storm clouds and I go, do you think we can make this go any faster?
The horses go as quickly as they'd like.
Do they go as quick as us? I point at the storm clouds.
We will make it to the forest before then.
Okay.
So, if it's all right with you guys, I'd like to speed along the travel. Just let you know if you see anything along the way.
Okay.
No. Travel for a good 5 hours. Michelle finally wakes up, having gotten enough rest from the night before.
Only 5 hours?
Well, you slept a little bit through the night.
But didn't I have visitors?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any sleeping going on.
You were asleep whenever you were woke up.
I woke you up and you were asleep.
There's clearly some sleep. um, all right, but yeah, Misha wakes up. Seeing you stir, Thale's like, I should probably scout ahead. I'll meet back with you in a little while. And he hops out of the cart and starts running ahead.
Dickhead.
And that's why he left.
I don't
So-
think he likes you, and I don't think you like him.
Yeah, well,
Well, he might fall in a hole and die. No promise.
well. Anyway, a couple more hours pass. Thale returns. He says, the forest is just up ahead. You're not far off now. Or the jungle, I should say.
Is that what the giant green shit up ahead is? A forest? Good.
Thank you. I've also uncovered a scouting party up ahead. You may want to veer off course a little bit if you don't want to run into them.
Do you know if they're ours?
They most certainly are not. From what I saw, there was, let me see.
I start stretching in the back.
From what I saw, there were a number of Sargati. One was larger than the rest, and it seemed another was in command.
The fuck is a Sargati?
Cat people.
Definitely have to kill them.
Get a new fur hat.
I need to kill something, and I'm saying this just.
Well, let's avoid alerting them to our presence just yet.
Thale says, it's your call. We definitely outnumber them. I don't know what they could do to us. I mean,
So there's 3 or 4 of them?
4 of them, 5 of us.
That doesn't mean we can kill them. I mean, one small little tiny lady almost took out Michelle.
She
Well,
didn't almost take me out.
I am confident in my abilities, but if you would rather head further south and avoid that encounter, that's fine with me as well.
And look at our cleric. What do you want to do?
I do not care.
Are you against killing?
I am all for killing. As a matter of fact, that's the primary reason I've stayed in the city. Lots of killing.
Alright, sorry, last what's up to you.
Are you done with that bottle?
He shakes it around and says, almost. Downs it. Says, here, and hands you the empty bottle.
I'm impressed. I don't say it, but I'm.
How about we go meet these people and see if they're as vicious as the rumors say.
Okay.
I'm doing full-on warm-ups now.
I'm all for meeting the
I've had
locals.
way too much booze and not enough water.
They can step aside, or we can make them. It's called Manifest Destiny, son. It's what this city's all about.
Zan, how about you and Thale head off into the brush? And if things go sideways, you can step in and help us.
And if you guys leave us, I'll just kill you all. Alright. Is there any pressure on us?
Well, once you get to the jungle, there will be, for certain. And that's where the camp is. The scouts have set up a small campfire. It seems they're resting. I do believe we could find an advantageous spot. So what's the plan of attack? A flanking maneuver?
I think circling them.
I would rather talk to them first.
Very well. I'm a man of diplomacy. I'll wait for your sign. Just give us a whistle.
Alright.
You're aware you said that, and my avatar has a whistle in his mouth.
Thale offers his hand to help Zan off of the cart.
I take it. I bow my head at him, and I lead him.
He says, "How nimble are you? You think you can keep pace with me?"
I don't know. And I step into the shadows. Can you?
Let's find out. And he begins heading towards the tropics. So, it's going to be about another 10 minutes before the cart gets there. When you do, Valis announces concerns that horse and carriage may not do well in a tropical environment. There's still a road leading to the lumber camp, but beyond that, he's wondering if you can take the horses with you all the way there.
I doubt it.
Well, I suppose if we do find this abandoned camp, you could leave the horses in a stable there. Surely they'd have one. All right, for now, I say we leave the carriage here. We don't want hoofbeats while we're trying to walk up to these people. May get them alerted to our presence earlier than necessary.
Fair enough. I'll dismount. Start walking down the trail.
He ties the horses to a nearby large tree and, starts walking. Michelle?
I leave my backpack in the back of the carriage? Wait, is this camp within sight or no?
It's a little ways down the trail. You're not sure exactly where. I mean, you sent the others to scout ahead.
No, then I'm carrying my bag. I'm walking,
Okay.
but a little ways behind them.
Okay. Let me see here.
Dickhead's not with us. He ran off into the woodline.
Here we go. Get my notes pulled up here. I've got the monster manual on my phone, so that's what I'm doing. And like everything else, I'll use the books, but why worry about the monster manual when I can have it like just search the monster? Anyway, so up ahead in the distance, some 90 feet away, you can see a plume of smoke. You can assume this to be the camp. It's just off the side of the road. I mean, like right beside the road. Just walking right in?
Yep.
All right. Valis is making sure that no one is in front of him. He's not trying to be in front, but he will be like shoulder to shoulder, like he wants to be up there.
Well, then I guess he and I are walking shoulder to shoulder.
So, as you approach, you hear stirring. Someone sticks their heads out of the leaves with a kebab in their mouth and quickly darts their head back, and they start murmuring in a different language. As you get closer, someone comes out. It is a Sargati. They're feline-like people. You can imagine a Khajiit or something like that. Let me change the image here, actually. No, not that one. This one. Anyway, they are...
Trees.
Yeah, feline-looking. One of them comes out. He's wearing tribal-looking clothes, just simple cloths and leathers, and he's wielding a bow. He has an arrow pointed at you, and he speaks in a different language. It sounds like an intricate purrs and clicks.
Okay.
Nothing any of us understand.
Anyone know Vul'Noshan?
No.
No.
Valus, do you understand him?
Nope. Custom language. None of us thought about it.
He does have a couple languages, but that's not one of them.
Okay, tried it. Time to try this the old-fashioned way. Okay. I'll put my hand up. You know, and just a gesture of whoa.
Okay.
You're like, we didn't come for trouble. Do you understand me?
I'm at a distance just pumping myself up in the background, by the way, like just getting ready to fucking roll.
He's in the background listening to jock jams. I got the power.
I'll repeat that in I say it in common starting out. I'll repeat it in Elvish, Infernal,
It seems as though the Elvish, you see his ears twitch and he waves someone over. A larger creature approaches. Now this is a Sargati, but this one is huge and he wields a large axe. He towers a couple feet over you and he speaks in Elven and says, Iron Man. And then he kind of spits on the ground. He says, go home.
as much as I would like to. We're on a mission.
You leave. Trouble ahead.
What kind of trouble?
Iron men not welcome here. You will die.
Be that as it may, I've given my word that I would figure out what's plaguing the city.
He kind of snarls for a moment and says, God has come to you.
I'll look around. Where?
Your people take our trees, take our land. God has come for you. He then shoves you with a large clawed hand and says, go home.
How far back did he shove me?
Not far. I mean, you're a huge armored guy. He just kind of like pushes your shoulder.
Okay. We can do this one of two ways. Either we can speak with your leaders and come to an agreement that would benefit us both, or, and I wouldn't care for it, and I'm sure you wouldn't, we can kill all your people and take the trees at our own pace, or our own leisure, I should say.
He looks over to his troops who are now have their hands on their weapons. He says, you're wrong. I would very much like that. And he draws his axe. Roll initiative.
I was to say I'm already like running. I wanted you guys to keep talking, but I was already running forward at the show.
Yeah.
What?
Xan, you and Thale are in a tree on the other side of the road.
But we can see them, right?
Yep.
This is plus our dex modifier, right?
Yes.
Okay, then fall.
21.
Jesus.
Gosh.
I got a 16.
I believe you. You don't lie.
If I get choppy, or anything. It's stormy outside.
Yeah, same here.
It's stormy inside over here too.
Okay, so Michelle, you rolled a 21. Right.
Yes. I rolled a
Sirris?
17 plus.
Sirris, you rolled a 16. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yep.
Yeah.
Zan,
Well,
Zan, you go last. There's the turn order. Starting with Michelle. Your move. Actually, I didn't even roll for the enemies. Oh, they
I was
rolled a
gonna
1,
say.
so they go last anyway. So,
so I don't go last.
No battle map, or just voice. I'm just making sure before I start.
yeah, at this point, like if there's a big combat, obviously I'll do it, but you're all
Okay.
pretty much right there. So, just so you
For-
know, everyone that's there, you have the Sargati boss, who was the one who pushed you, 2 smaller Sargati, 1 very large looking Sargati who hasn't even got up, he's still setting at the fire, and a panther. Total of 5 enemies.
Whoever's the closest one, I just run right up to them. Bonus action, go into a rage, and just take a fuck.
That would be the boss. Before we get into this, let me get my little pad of paper here so I can calculate damage, stuff like that.
Okay. So I know I'm right in front of the boss, but the other ones, how close are they to me?
Within 10 feet,
Okay.
except for the big guy who's still setting the fire. He's a little bit further away.
Okay. If the big guy comes towards me, let me know.
Okay.
'Cause once he enters that 10-foot range, I get an attack on him.
Yeah. I know what you were asking. How close is he? How far did he push me? I know what you were going for.
Can't help it, man.
Alright, let me get these health pools down.
It's your fault you're so fat and heavy.
I feed him well.
Okay. For the sake of this, I can't really use the hammer or the axe, so I have to use my halberd like a spear.
Rage is only 10 turns.
I would have to consult the book.
I think it is, because it's 1 minute.
Just getting all these health pools down before we actually start.
I don't think I ever changed my AC. No, I didn't. With the plate mill, that's an 18.
Go get your blanket. Bring it here. Go get your
Okay.
blanket and bring it
Good
here,
to go.
okay?
So you're going straight for the boss man. Make a roll to hit.
8 plus 7, 15.
15. No, sir. You do make a heavy swing in, but he's quite nimble for someone so large. He darts backwards,
Hey,
and your
Grace,
blade
Grass.
sinks into a chain shirt. Which I know it doesn't show in this art asset, but chain shirt.
Okay.
That is all I've got, sir. Because I used rage as a bonus.
Okay, fail. Huh, so he gets advantage, but he still fails. I rolled a 5 and
Seems
a
like a
3.
trend with them.
I rolled a 5 and a 3. So, an arrow flies out of the darkness, hitting nothing. Sirris, your turn.
Okay, I will
promise?
Alright, I'm gonna swing at the big guy.
The boss or the one by the campfire?
Sounds like it, okay?
Now, actually, I want to swing at one of the smaller guys,
Okay.
and I'll tell Michelle, leave him. I have questions for the boss. Alright, so my first swing against the little guy. I'm using the -5 to add whatever. I rolled a 19. So
Rolled a
that puts me-
19.
That puts me at 23.
That's a hit.
And a D. Hold on. It's
What
been a
did
while
you
since
roll to
I've-
hit?
Okay, so it's between a 23 and a 15.
Well, you hit different enemies, so
Oh, god damn it.
yeah.
Okay, it's a D10. I'm sorry. You have to give me a second. It's been a while since I fought with this guy.
Yeah. Yes, it has. Like 3 sessions. Oh, there's a big thunderstorm brewing out here.
16 plus 19 damage.
19. No
Yep.
shit. Oh.
Great weapon master.
With one fell swoop, you cleave him in half. He screams in agony while he still can, and then falls into a pile on the ground.
And hold on, before we go any further, let me check something. Because where I can get that bonus attack with the pommel,
Yeah.
I don't know if that has to be on the same enemy or not. I'm sorry, I was not prepared.
You're fine. Again, it's been a
You're
while
like
since we've
Blizzard
done
and releasing
combat.
Classic.
I play a little bit. It's strange.
Super fucking laggy.
Use the same ability modifiers.
Strange.
Okay, wonderful. Got it. Thanks for letting Daddy know.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't specify.
You do?
Okay.
I guess I'll swing at the boss, and I will not use my bonus damage thing.
Give me an attack roll for the boss.
That is a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Again.
23 is a hit. That's a die 4, correct?
Yes. 8 bludgeoning.
That's your
And I'm
fault.
doing non-lethal against the big guy.
Okay. All right. First one torn to pieces. You carry that momentum and bring the pommel directly into his face. He lets out a grunt as blood drips down the hair on his chin, but he seems fine. Valis. Let's see what Valis can do. Oh shit. Valis has a fucking lance.
Oh shit. Does he not have a sword?
He has a lance, a mace, and a crossbow.
Okay.
Let me look at this guy. Oh yeah, this was the character that I made that ruling for. I was telling you about this. I allowed him to use a lance with Polearm Master. There's 2 Polearm Masters. So that's cool.
There's 3.
3 now.
I mean, I don't have Polearm Master, but I am definitely a master of Polearm.
Yeah. Well.
It's called the Double Dutch Rudder.
He makes a piercing strike at the boss, but misses. The boss dodged it.
I'm not alone.
Xan, your turn.
Who is the furthest from me?
I mean, the very furthest person away would be the big guy who is now rising to his feet.
I'm gonna try to hit the big guy. Go sharpshooter.
Okay. Give me a check.
Don't I get advantage because I'm also sneaking?
Yes, you do.
I add my sneak.
I didn't realize how much to hit I have. That's fucking scary.
I've got a +7. It's stupid.
Yeah, that happens.
So it's stealth, right? +6 is stealth? Oh,
What?
no. Wait,
Huh?
no.
No, you just have advantage.
You're attacking.
Yeah, so you roll
It's your dex modifier plus your.
Oh, so
two
22.
because you. Okay, I was gonna say you get 2 rolls with advantage. 22 is a hit. Now roll for damage.
I'm hitting with one roll. One roll.
Which is what, a die 8? If I'm remembering correctly.
I forgot to write it down.
Longbow, 1d10. 1d10 piercing damage. Plus your dexterity.
And proficiency.
Not for damage. Your proficiency modifier doesn't go into your damage.
Dexterity, right?
Dex.
8.
8.
You rolled like shit. Out of a D10? Ugh.
It's more than you did.
I mean, I was gonna say at least you.
And then I'm gonna try to curve my way back onto the other side of the.
You're gonna continue to hide. Okay, I'll allow you to do that as your movement. Just kind of sneak back. The arrow flies through the air over top of everyone's heads and sinks into the large creature's shoulder. He kind of turns and snarls and snaps it off.
Slight chub.
At this point, he lets out a loud roar, and as everyone's attention turns to him, you can see black tendrils begin spewing from his eyes. Enemy's turn. So, the 2 Sargati. Well, one. You killed one. The one guy who is not the boss, he's attempting to attack you, Sirris. What's your armor class?
18 now.
So that's more than 6? Okay. He,
That's ting.
yeah.
I'm not sure that's even a ting.
He swings at you with what appears to be a roughly made iron axe, and it just deflects off of your armor, doing little to nothing. However, the boss man is not happy with you.
Me or him?
Sirris hit him in the face.
Yeah.
So, he makes an attack against you. Let me see what all his attacks are. I'm opening tabs between like 1,000 different enemies. 2 attacks. But the second has disadvantage. Yeah, just 1.
Okay.
Dealing 7 slashing damage with a large axe. Are you keeping track of your health, or do I need to keep track of players' healths?
I keep track of it. I got a little.
I would say I'm keeping track. I didn't know we weren't supposed to.
I mean, I'd rather you guys do it, but dealing 7 damage with a slash. The big guy then begins to step towards. Let's make a roll just to see who he's interested in. Okay, we'll do 1's Valus, 2's Michelle, 3's Sirris. Valus. Dear Lord.
As long as I attacked, I don't lose my rage, right? It doesn't matter if it hits or misses.
Yeah. He walks towards Valus, However, he's being blocked by that other Sargati who tried to attack Sean. So he makes an attack against him and kills him instantly.
Holy shit.
That's hot. Please
All
tell
right.
me he splattered me with blood.
Yes, he did.
Wasn't expecting that.
He's in the way. Additionally, there is one more enemy that isn't accounted for. Up there in the trees with you guys is a panther. Zan. A panther leaps on top of you and begins trying to claw and bite at you, but fails. You're able to just barely push it off, but it's like right there.
Wait,
Your perception sucks.
hold on. If I'm in the dark and I'm a gloomstalker, I can't be seen, so he can't see me.
Yeah, but panthers have other senses.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's saying you stink.
I'm not saying you stink, but I'm saying right here, panther has keen smell as an actual ability.
I smell like roses. Thank you very much. Actually,
Advantage
lilies.
to all perception checks that rely on smell.
Let's not get into what Michelle probably smells like.
Yeah, let's not. Speaking of which, Michelle, your turn.
I know, that's why I said it. I let out a blood-curdling roar. I saw the other guy do it, and it looked.
Rawr.
I mean, it's better than that, but yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. And then I take a swing at Big Dickhead again.
Boss man or big man?
Tiger bitch.
They're all tiger bitches.
Left-hand side of the picture. The big dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boss man.
Okay. Give me a roll.
And I'm gonna do this as a reckless.
Remember, don't kill him.
Oh, I'm killing him. I'm already in a rage with an intelligence of a -1 modifier. Come on.
Yeah, but I told you not to kill him. Twice.
Probably did.
27.
Okay, that's a hit.
Oh, that's a crit.
Did you roll a natural 20?
I rolled a natural 20 and a 15.
Oof. Okay. Yep, that's a crit.
20. It's a 27. Hit. And it's double dice or double all.
I prefer to do double whatever you roll on one die. Some DMs do it differently.
I'm rolling 2d6 for damage plus 5 strength plus 2 for rage.
Okay. Tell me what that number is, and then we'll double it up.
4.
7,
12.
17. 17.
Times 2.
Why is it 17? No, I rolled 5 plus 5 for my strength plus 2 for rage, so it's 12.
24.
And then it's a critical, so double that. So 24.
24.
He's
Okay.
a human variant.
How you want to do this?
I'm just gonna lob his head off.
Alright. Michel lets out a blood-curdling roar and sweeps his axe from the ground upward, cleaving
Great sword.
the boss's head in half. You see his skull cap fly off in the distance and land in the dirt. Blood begins to shower down on top of the party, and Valus is kind of taken aback. He takes a couple steps backwards at this spectacle. The boss is dead.
I go into dodge as a bonus action
Sorry,
by
Sirris.
saying can't touch this.
Maybe you can reason with the Goliath over there.
I have half a mind to sink this hammer into your head.
Well, now the guy you were going to talk to has half a mind, so... all right. Let's see. Fail falls out of the tree. I keep rolling fucking ones. I'm changing my dice. Fail sees this panther and like goes to grab his dagger and just falls out of the tree and lands flat on his back. All right, Sirris, your turn.
Okay.
I rolled a
Yeah.
natural 1. I mean,
I'm going to step behind the big guy. But before I do that, I'm going to shoot a firebolt at the panther attacking Xan'Tha. Can I see it, actually?
No, I mean you can hear it, but the foliage has it obscured, so
Okay.
you would have disadvantage on that hit. If you want to try it, you'd just be like shooting into the tree. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
Right.
I'm not.
Spellcasting. Gotta pull up my character again.
Let me see this die. If it keeps popping up ones, I swear to... Now it's actually rolling okay.
Okay, so my spellcasting mod should be 6. That's an 18. And see what disadvantage is. 19.
What?
I rolled an 18 and a 19.
I rolled an 8 and then a 20, so I'm just putting that out.
Alright.
I told you I'm high and low tonight.
Roll for damage.
Is a firebolt.
Or is that a... Yeah. You want me to look it up real quick? I've got the book here.
Yeah.
Firebolt.
Where's Randy? Okay.
Firebolt. 1d10 fire damage.
Okay.
Flammable object hit ignites, which, I mean,
As long
panthers are
as it's not-
flammable.
Yeah, but I
So are
think
trees.
You just take his head off. What?
well, if it makes you feel any better, I only did 3 damage.
3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Xan, a bolt of fire shoots across the sky, tearing a hole through the foliage and slamming into the beast on top of you. Its claws dig into the side of the tree as it tries not to fall. It then bounds off of the tree onto the ground and begins rolling, trying to get the flames off itself, yelping in pain. So you're now safe there. It is still alive, albeit charred. Valus's turn. Actually, no, I don't think I want to make an attack this round. He's got all kinds of fun spells.
You're copying my shtick, Zach.
He's a cleric of war. If anything, you're copying me. This guy's 4 years old. It's not my fault you picked a fighter who can use magic that's also a polearm master.
No, he was given to us.
Look up this spell.
That guy killed that Sargati in 1 hit. And he turns around and hits me. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
He just got tendrils coming out of his eyes.
Okay, he is casting Crusader's Mantle. A holy aura emanates from his lance, and all creatures within 30 foot of him deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on hit. So, big bubble.
Does he roll the damage or do we?
You guys do. It's an extra die 4 on hit. Xan, it is your turn. We have one big brute and a flaming panther.
Well, which one's closer to me?
The panther.
The flaming panther on top of you?
It's on the ground now, trying to roll the fire off of it.
I'm gonna take a short sword and I'm going to try to cut it. And do I still have sneak attack with that?
Let me clarify. You're at the top of the tree. It's on the ground.
Oh, so I'm gonna use
So,
my
like,
bow.
if you want to dive like 30 feet down with this sword, you're welcome to.
No, that's gonna hurt. So I'm gonna use my
Pretty
bow.
badass. Okay.
That's something I would.
Yeah, but I'm not stupid.
Or
She
is it
does-
smart?
She does not suffer.
Let's see, I rolled both of them are 18, so 22.
Yeah, you hit it. I mean, yeah. Roll for damage.
She's totally right too. Like I just creepered over to look.
Another 8.
Another 8 total. That's with your dex added on.
Yep.
It is now unconscious. The arrow pierces its chest and it heaves and just passes out.
I'm going to move to a different branch.
Let me put. There we go. Big guy's turn. Big guy's turn, and now I can pull his page up and not have to flip back and forth because he's the only one alive.
I was there. Are you talking about Pantera over there with the red or with the black flame, black creep?
Yeah.
Pantero.
All right. Let's see. I'm
actually doing
What
well.
was your armor class again? 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got you, buddy.
I kind of figured you would.
He swings an axe at you. It hits you heavy in your shoulder, and you can feel your armor crumpling under its weight, dealing 14 points of damage.
Ooh. That was a good lick.
Maybe you should let the real tank take the hits.
2d8 plus 4 plus 2. It landed on 14. It could have been much worse.
Yeah.
All right, and that's turn. Michelle.
I, covered in blood, run forward and just lay into the black flaming-eyed crazy.
Okay, are you making another reckless attack?
I absolutely am.
Okay, give me a roll for that.
That's advantage, right?
With reckless attack, yes. Or was reckless attack like a +5 and then they have advantage to hit you? It's one of those two. Let me. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Let me consult the handbook real quick. I've already got it pulled up.
I was to say my first roll's a 19, so it's a 26.
You go ahead. I'll look it up for you real fast.
You know what? With a roll like that, it doesn't really matter. So
that's why I was like, I had Gil stand
Let's
up and look
continue.
over at it.
Yeah, let's just continue. But if you would like to look that up, I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
What am I looking up?
No, Sean. So give me a damage roll.
I'm making her stand up. 11 plus 5 plus 2.
11 plus 5 plus 2?
Yep.
18.
Oh.
For a total of 18.
It actually gives you advantage, but enemies get advantage to hit you.
Yes.
Which is why I'm using the slippery pants as a bonus roll again, and I'm saying again, can't touch this. And I go into a dodge as a bonus.
Okay. You landed a hit on him. He screams out in pain, but he's still standing.
D4. I have a radiant damage thing, right?
Yes, you do.
2.
Okay. So again, big damage, but he's still standing.
Do I have his attention?
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank God. Hit me, Daddy.
Thail's turn. He's tired of this. He's running over with his dagger.
He's trying to be impressive.
No more bow and arrow shit. He's running over with his dagger.
He should have advantage too.
Yeah. Oh, well, he actually made a good... Oh, okay. He gets a hit.
Ooh. Yeah. It's still standing.
Plus -4.
But it's a straight roll, even though I did a reckless. He's on the bonus section. Gives him disadvantage.
He leaps upward with both hands and stabs his dagger right into the back of the creature's neck, just below his neck, right between his shoulder blades. He lets out a loud yelp, screaming in agony, and kind of has to take a knee for a second before getting back up. He did 20
Thail
damage.
lets out a leap.
Jesus.
Thail screams like a sissy.
No, Thail did 20 damage to this guy.
I think he screamed like a sissy. I'm going.
The creature kind of leans forward and then gets back up. You can see blood running down his eyes, and he's still in this horrible frenzy as it goes to Sirris.
Okay. Does a 16 hit?
16 as is, or like with 16 plus mods? 16 does hit. 16 does hit. He's unarmored. He only has natural armor.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Trying to think if I want to action surge too. I'll figure it out. Okay. So 8 plus. Apparently, I need to have my character sheet up the entire time I play. $13 plus 4, so 17. And I'm gonna hit him with the palm.
That's not necessary. How do you want to do this, Sean?
I don't know. I'll just ram the spike through his throat.
All right. With a heavy swing of your, a heavy thrust of your halberd, the spike pierces straight through his throat and out the back of his head, dislodging the dagger that was stuck there from Thale. He lets out a yelp while he can and begins to gurgle blood before just leaning forward on your halberd. He did.
Yeah, I'll let him slide off the spike, then I'll wipe it off on him.
Okay, Sirris, Michelle, Valis, and Thale all need to make a dex.
We haven't killed the panther yet. It's unconscious, but we haven't killed it.
Yeah, I know, but still. I need all of those characters to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit, this is gonna hurt.
Everyone except Xan needs to make a dex saving throw.
So you need to roll 2 dice.
Does a 12 do it? I didn't figure it would.
Then my 6 probably doesn't.
Let me roll for the other 2.
Oh wait, I add my dex modifier to it, so it's still a 10, which probably doesn't.
No.
Thale is the only one who succeeded. So, while on the ground, you hear a faint gurgling sound for just a moment before the corpse of the large beast erupts in a purple explosion. Not like fiery explosion, just blood and gore and tendrils spewing in all directions. All creatures hit by it feel a burning, acidic feeling against their skin, which deals 10 damage.
I am in a rage, so that's 5. DM question?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now the pile of it's just purple oozing tendrils and black worms crawling about in his guts.
Okay, so I just rolled my second win.
Yeah, you took some damage, man.
I took 31 damage.
Yeah.
Is it alright if I come down, but I come down like in the back foot and go whoop?
Give me an acrobatics check.
God, I want to see this fail.
So I'm still at.
Get that shit off your dice.
No, I was.
Acrobatics.
What's my.
16.
God damn it.
Yep. You do it. You
And
land
then I wink at Sirris.
You land daintily in the shrubbery, and you see the panther next to you, still unconscious and bleeding, almost dead. I mean, it's gonna die on its own.
Can I stab it?
Yeah, you can give it a coup de grace. Just cut its throat. Okay, end of encounter. Congratulations, all involved.
Yeah,
At least I got hit.
See, I can do Ranger a lot better than I can do Fighter.
You all gain 2,200 experience. If you'd like, I can keep track of that.
I would
or-
love for you to keep track.
I'm just
Just tell me when I get something pretty.
I want to take a nice long set down over here by the fire.
I'm gonna go over by Sirris and I'm gonna heal him up. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds over it.
I wouldn't.
That is unnecessary. I can take care of this.
Okay, and I step back.
I'm looting the bodies and heading towards the.
You
course
don't
you are.
have to. You don't have to use your spells on me. Give me a couple minutes and I'll be fine.
It's fine. Just give me a moment to find it. I've got all of his war domain spells listed here, but I don't have his spells listed here.
Yeah, the stuff you get for your domain is listed on a different side. Or
Do you know,
it's
I
supposed to be separate.
Do you know what I just realized? I was just reading my Dread Ambusher. I could have made a second attack.
Sucks to be you,
Every
Scrub.
turn.
Know your character better.
Oh, the Gloomstalker. Yeah, I think that's only the first turn of combat, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is no, it's all turns as long as you're taking it depends on what action you do first.
He heals you for 11.
Oh, cool.
It was a die 8 and he rolled an 8, so yeah. Heals you for an 11.
Oh yeah, it is the first turn.
By just placing a hand on your shoulder and murmuring under his breath, you feel a warm light emanate through your body and you feel a little bit better.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I'll look around and it's. Did they have like a campfire and everything?
Yeah.
Anybody want campfire for dinner tonight?
I'm already over there.
So Michelle, you were looting them, correct?
I don't know. Am I allowed to do an investigation on the one that blew up while I'm looting it? Because you said there was like black worms and stuff that came out of it. Is that like an actual weird worm that I can like capture and hand to the bullshit cleric?
Yes, there are actual worms, and I wouldn't say. Don't imagine like an earthworm. Imagine something like the size of your fist.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking was going on, because they were saying something about the god, and I wanted to be like, hey, fucking cleric dude, is this like, do you think this may be spreading the plague? Because this is a fucking worm in a cat.
By the way, how are you picking up that worm? Because they're acidic.
Oh, anger.
Okay. You're burned for an additional 2 damage, but you managed to get it in the jar.
Because I'm getting hurt, do I stay in a range?
No.
God damn it.
It's 2 damage.
I would
Sirris
say
just
it's
took
like
35.
oh shit.
You'll deal. You have more health than him. Alright, yeah. He takes the jar and he says, I don't know what this is, but we'll take it back and have some of those fancy book reading folks figure it out.
I go back to looting. Do I need to roll or anything? Or?
They don't have much on them. You do find some more rations, jerky, old cheeses, some dried rye bread. In the pocket of the person who was cut in half, you find a potion. It is yellow in color. It looks like almost like olive oil.
One's the bottle of pee.
How about we just put it in the bag?
No potion.
I throw it at Zan.
Zan,
so she can put it in her bag.
Give me a dexterity check.
Fuck you.
It's a bottle of pee. Why wouldn't I?
23.
Okay, you catch it, no problem. Just right out of the air. Yeah, it is more viscous. It's not piss. It's definitely a potion.
It was
Yellow
yellow in a bottle. It's
I
So,
put it in my bag of holes.
Valis says, I recommend we get out of here. I don't think this is a good place for us to rest for the night. Maybe we make our way to the old lumber mill. Shouldn't be far from here. And we can find some beds to sleep in there.
maybe
Yeah.
I want them to find.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I want to look at the panther that exploded on us.
Okay, so you guys are both doing investigation. In that case, pick one of the two of you to do it, and that person will
Sean.
have advantage on the roll.
Sean, you're rolling.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if you choose to help someone with an action instead of you getting separate ones, you just give
Yep.
them advantage. Yeah.
I do not want to roll my investigation. Sean can.
I wasn't going to roll investigation. I was just gonna check Arcana because I'm not proficient.
Arcana.
With,
Okay, well then give me two separate rolls in that case.
I'm gonna kind of cover myself and leave and roll, like, try to get rid of my sense.
17 minus 1, so 6.
It's not bad.
it is 14 plus 6, so 20.
Oh, okay, I'm going to do this one at a time. So, starting with Michelle, you begin to think, you know, it's one thing for someone to pop, how did this guy explode? And from the best you can tell, something about that acidity to the worms gives him that ability to just pop like that. Again, you're not a super smart man, so you can't figure out exactly what's going on, but you figure it has something to do with that acid they put off that allowed him to burst in such a way.
I relay that
Additionally-
halfway to everybody else.
Also-
Something about the worms makes them pop. That's all I'm gonna.
Also, from getting a good look at him, and you're very used to seeing the insides of people when you cleave them in half, so
Yep.
you don't see a lot of organs. He's mostly worms.
This dude ain't got a stomach. This is fucking weird.
So, moving over, I just realized it's playing Game of Thrones music. Moving over to the Arcana check. Sirris, this suddenly seems very familiar to something you read in a book once. There is a certain spell that has similar properties. It usually takes a long time to develop this far, but it typically begins by displaying flu-like symptoms.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. I can't be certain, but I think this is magical in origin, and I think that the plague is magical as well.
Should I wash my hands, or am I good to eat dinner like this?
I think you should wash your hands.
Yeah, probably rub it in some dirt or something.
I straight up just fall down on the ground and start rolling. And
I mean, yeah, you are covered in this guy's guts, so
So, looking at him, you said he's bigger. Is he
yes.
bloated bigger or just muscular bigger?
It seems a bit of both. It was definitely a muscular person beforehand, but their skin seems stretched.
I fear that those cure disease potions aren't going to do us any good.
scrolls.
Same difference. You know what I meant.
Yeah. So, really quick. Let's see. Yeah, let me go grab a drink real quick. We'll get back into it. Parched.
Okie dokie. So that's... Huh.
So you guys know, I know Zan kind of gets this, but Sirris, anything relayed to me, I'm only gonna give you like half of the information. So when he explains something, just like take whatever happened.
Alright, I'll,
That is actually something I am trying to roll because he's kind of a dick and might actually only understand half of it.
okay, fair enough. I mean, just looking at this guy, you can tell something's not right.
What'd you find?
That I think that all our troubles are rooted in magic, and not a disease.
Huh.
Druid.
It seems all of our troubles are rooted in... What gave you that? The exploding kitten?
Does the rogue look bloated? I actually say this out loud and glaring at.
For the time being, he's just kind of standing there. 1,000-yard stare.
He's in NPC mode 1.
I try to give a small wink to Sirris. Or, Esperon.
Darren? Or was that his name? Hold on. It's in the chat.
Dickhead. His name is Dick.
You are muted.
His name is Thale. Yeah,
Thale.
Esperon
Thale.
Thale, but everyone calls him Thale.
That's a
Yeah,
weird
right.
way to spell dickhead.
It's easier. It's only 5 letters. Okay, so, did I miss something there? Why are you winking at Thale?
I'm not winking at him. I'm asking if he's bloated or looks.
No.
No, we were
Damn.
just joking that he's in.
Yeah, I was just joking with him. Or maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I said he was in NPC mode 1 while you were away.
Ooh.
Well, he seems to be critical failing a lot, which is great.
Every group needs comic relief.
And I'm not it this time.
Falling out of a tree in the middle of combat, that's a good way to do it. Alright. So, Valis suggests to the group that you all return back to the cart and then head towards the lumber camp before resting. Does that sit well with everybody?
Yeah, how far is it?
Don't know.
Yes.
Shouldn't be far though.
I will sit in the back and I will just meditate. Thank you.
Okay. So you all head back to the cart, begin traveling. In no time, you make it to the lumber yard. You can see it is starting to get dark. Actually, let me see. Yeah, it's starting to get dark. Total pitch black will be upon you in no time. So it looks as though the place has been abandoned, pretty much, as you would expect. Most everyone has left and traveled back to the city where it's a little bit safer. You can see large piles of lumber still stacked up that just haven't been carted away. There's a water mill still going, a small stream running behind it, but you imagine there's nothing for its power. It just seems dead silent. All the trees, for as far as you can see around, you're like in a big enclosure. There's trees missing from all around. Just this silent little camp.
No wall.
What?
No walls around the camp.
No.
Is there any, like, large houses or, like, any large buildings there?
There is a very long building that appears almost like barracks.
I'm going to investigate that.
Yeah, I'll go with her, and I'll cast light on my shoulder.
I'm yelling very loudly to see if there's anybody here. Just, hey! Hey, fucker!
Valis is taking the horses over towards a stable.
I've got 5.
To investigate? Or perception? What were you doing? You said you got 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna use perception.
Okay. The place does, I mean, as far as you can tell, it's abandoned, but looking inside of this barracks, you see a number of beds. And sitting in one of the beds is a tiefling. He's actually sitting upright, kind of like holding his stomach and looking down. He gazes over towards you and gives like a half-hearted wave, shaking.
I look at him sadly. Hi.
Did you come to rescue us?
Yeah. How long have you been sick?
Week or 2. My friend here, and he gestures to the bed on his right where you see a dwarf lying. Said my friend here got sick a little while before I did. He passed through the night.
Do they look bloated?
They do not. They just look sickly. Actually, quite the opposite. They look like their faces are sunken in.
I wonder if I wonder if they have to die there? Like get crushed or something?
I don't know. I want to poke my head back out the door and holler at Valis and Valis, can you come here?
I'm stabling the horses, son. They've had a long trip. I'll be there in a moment.
I'll take that. You go do the thing.
Thale is coming over as well. Well, actually, he would have been with you. So, like, everyone's in this room except Valis.
I'm literally making him go over there while I
You're
put the
taking
horses.
over the horses. Okay.
Like, get the fuck in there. I will put the horses away.
Fine. Just make sure they're fed well and get fresh water. This won't do. It's gone stagnant. He begins walking. He takes a step in the doorway and places his hand on his hips, and he goes, "You do not look well. Why am I here?"
We were wondering if you could probably turn the leaves.
Tomorrow.
I figure this man may not have very many more tomorrows.
Best we can do is postpone the inevitable and give me enough time to consult with my gods.
Wait, a simple heal work?
Seems unlikely. I can do that if you'd like.
I can do that if you really need to.
Xan'Tha,
Basically, yeah, he can heal him, but if he's going to try to cure a disease or something, he's going to need to pray over it.
how about you use that scroll? He needs it more than we do.
Okay.
Rhoda, the tiefling says, "My name is Ahamel. Ever since my friend died, I know it's coming for me. If you would do me a courtesy, just put me out of my misery."
Do you want to die or do you want to be cured?
I fear that isn't possible.
No.
Why?
There's no harm in trying.
It's up to you guys. Heal him, kill him. Valis is already like drawing a knife from his pouch.
Hold on. Give me a second.
The young man said he wants to die. Let him die.
Hold on. How old are you?
2.
Do you have
His
any
memory
family?
seems foggy. What's that?
Do you have any family?
Rodus was the closest thing to my family, and he's passed away now. We thought we thought that if we would have stayed for a couple extra weeks, everyone cleared out, the price of lumber would have went up, and we could have made a lot of money. Good idea, right?
I hand him
It
the
was-
scroll that cure wounds.
You're just handing it to him?
I'm gonna try to,
Not a cure wounds. A
or
scroll
the
is
cure disease on him.
Okay. You hold the scroll and mutter an incantation and cast the spell on him. He kind of blinks for a moment and then just lays back and goes to sleep.
I toss the rest of the paper behind me and I walk out.
Does she catch me in the act of, air quotations, feeding the horse?
No, don't do that.
He says to take care of him, so I'm feeding the horse.
He's out of eyesight,
I'm a-
getting the
I'm a
horses
sailor.
drunk.
I am a sailor. I have not dealt with a lot of horses, so he said to feed him and give him something to drink, so that's
You gave them wine.
And rations.
not wine, it's rum. I'm saving the wine, that's good shit.
The wine is. Oh, I was gonna say the wine is in the bag.
You just crack open a can of potted meat and set it in front of a horse and fill a bucket with rum.
One wineskin apiece, I think, is appropriate.
Well, they're not eating the rations.
But that's their problem.
One of the horses is getting drunk off its ass, but they're not eating the rations.
I am walking the horses, untying them and walking the bull, and I'm going to go find this stream.
Well, let's do this a step at a time.
We need
So
to
he's
break.
passed out. Yeah, we're about to break. Do you need a break now?
Please.
Okay.
I think this is a decent opportunity.
Yeah, we'll call it. Take a 10, and we'll meet back up in a little while.
Okay. will ever be.
All right, welcome back. So, the group has made their way to the lumber camp. Where did we leave off? Oh, yes. That's right.
I was feeding
Michelle
the
was
horses.
trying, yeah,
I was going to say horses.
turn the horses into carnivores and get them drunk.
I was feeding and giving them something to drink.
Okay, while they're doing that, I'm going to take the corpse of the dwarf outside and burn it.
Okay. One moment. Okay, just checking something. Take his corpse outside and burn it. Simple enough. Valis is happy to help.
So what's in there, guys? I'm done feeding and watering the horse.
You know, he would burn much quicker if we were to chop him up first.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'll pull out my greatsword.
I am speaking from experience here.
Yeah, but what if he has the same thing that Panther did? Not Panther. You know,
The secret to a proper bonfire is a
I'm not
good
waiting for
base.
any of them. I'm swinging our. He said to cut it in half, so I'm trying to cut it in half. Do I need to?
No, you just do it.
Yeah, I'm going to step away and just let them
So
defile the corpse of the dwarf.
while he does seem, I mean, he's obviously dead and sick, he's not full of worms.
Hey, this one doesn't have worms.
no, they didn't explode.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
all chopped up and burning.
Where'd you guys find the body?
In the barracks.
Over there with that young man who asked me to kill him.
This guy there wanting you to kill people? I hold my fucking bloody sword.
Well, your companions here elected to cast a spell on him instead, hoping to cure him of his sickness.
You did magic without me?
Not me.
You don't understand it anyway.
Still looks cool.
So I suppose we're waiting. There were a number of other beds in there, but I don't feel too keen to sleeping with the infected.
I'm not sleeping with infected people either.
Well, I think we should also take that tiefling out into our wagon because it's not reinfected.
No, let him rest inside. We can camp outside for tonight.
Okay. There are other buildings.
I was going to be looking for another building. I was grabbing out full ice
Yeah.
cream.
None of them with beds, but there
I
are
do
other
have a
buildings.
two-person tent.
I want one that's defendable.
Yeah, if
House,
nothing
single
else,
door, no windows, preferable.
you're in luck. Yeah,
Is it
basically
pretty?
exactly that. However, all you see in here is a desk, some chairs, and some straw seems scattered across the floors, likely from people just dragging it in from the outside. There's a couple of papers on the desk that denote details about sending the lumber away and when different caravans will be arriving to collect it, how much profit they would make from it, and so on. But if
Means
nothing
nothing I
else,
can read.
yeah, if nothing else, it's a building with a roof that you can sleep in.
Any of you fuckers want to sleep in here?
Well, if you want, I can take the first watch since I was the one that took a break along to do this.
Valis says, I will be sleeping in the stables. Nothing wrong with the straw bed. And I feel I should watch the horses.
They were already taken care of.
They're drunk.
And now the horses are too. He begins walking that direction.
I can't help but feel someone should go with him.
With who?
Valis.
Okay, well, how about this? We take night watch in the middle of the camp.
They're halfway through them talking. I just straight up slam the door, and then, slam the desk up against the door and like prop the door closed.
So good news is you have 2 elves, so watching is pretty easy. I mean, take turns meditating and you get through the night.
They were trying to figure out how to do sleeping shit. I asked them if they wanted to join me. They said no, so I was like, or they didn't answer me, so I just started to. And I sleep with my feet against the desk.
Well,
I'm sitting there and I'm flicking a flame back and forth between my fingers. It'd be really easy just to set that building on fire.
He's
Yeah.
already locked himself in.
but we kind of still need him, so...
Thale says, well, if that's not an option, then I suppose I'm going to go on top of this building and have a rest. Seems a good place where I can watch both the stables and the rest of you sleeping here.
Well, if you want, I'll take first watch, you take second watch.
I'm already heavily snoring.
We'll
Actually,
just sit there together.
Xan'Tha, I'll take first watch because there's more light. I can't see as well as you can.
No,
Okay.
you're kind of missing the point, though, Sean. You've got 2 elves. There's no reason for anyone else to ever take watch.
Yeah, but that's... Well, yeah, I guess they do only need, like, what, 6 hours?
4.
Nope, 4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, well... I'm going to-
99.
yeah. I'm going to go back into the barracks with the tiefling. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. What is it?
His name was Ahamel.
NPC 2.
I'll go in there and I'll watch him.
Oh, I wasn't snoring. I started eating and then I drank a wineskin or a rum, and then I snored.
Okay.
Oh, and how did you
I
like
went ahead
it?
and put their names in the doobly-doo. So, yeah, who's taking? Is it going to be Zan or Thale taking?
I'm gonna
first?
take first. Because I took the research right.
Okay. Either way, he's just going to sit right where he's at and meditate. I mean, you still have a sense of awareness while you're meditating, so.
Hey, well,
And you are sleeping in the barracks with Ahamel.
Yeah, I'm going to watch him through the night.
You see, on the far end of the barracks, there's a number of barrels. With not much else to do, I mean, you just have a glance. You see that they're still full of rice and wheat and barley. It seems like this place was pretty well outfitted before everyone suddenly left.
Yeah, wait, give it a bit. It'll die down.
I'll do it once over the barracks and see if I can find anything else interesting.
Okay, investigation.
It's only a 13.
Total is 13.
Yeah, total.
Okay. Not much of interest. Some steel tools, shovels, axes, picks.
Are there any iron buckets?
Yeah, you can find a bucket.
Iron or wood?
Iron, yes.
Okay. Well, I take the bucket, and I'm going to set that egg down inside of it. And we'll set it on fire.
Okay. Very well. You're spending your night kindling a flame. Let me do a roll here. A couple of hours pass. Nothing changes. Zan, your watch is over.
I poke Theo and I'm like, you're good.
Very good. I think I'll go for a little midnight stroll just around the area. I'll keep an eye out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna be in the barracks, so I hope you don't mind.
He just hops down and starts walking around, investigating things himself. God. Would you care to guess what he rolled?
A 1?
-2.
A natural fucking 1. Again, I can't do this, dice. Whatever.
Did he break his ankle?
We'll get into that tomorrow.
We find him
Literally
laying in the middle
stepped on his own dick.
of the camp. He fell off the roof.
Stabbed 47 times in the chest. All right. So you're going back to the camp, or the barracks. At this point, I would say, I mean, it's been 4 hours, so Sirris, you're probably out cold.
Yeah, I was sitting on one of the beds, watching the bucket burn and watching the tiefling.
He's still kicking. I mean, from what you saw, he was coughing up a fit, but he's still alive.
Oh, and I have taken my armor off
Okay.
at this point.
Okay. So, the next morning, you, Zan, and Michelle are awoken to the sound of steel clanging.
First question, is it dawn?
Yeah.
My pants automatically do the thing?
Yes. So you awaken to the sound of steel clanging. As your eyes struggle to open, there standing before you is Valus. He is now unarmored and fully mustached. He says, "Good morning, late sleepers. Time for breakfast."
I roll my eyes and I'm like, I almost grabbed my bow for this. I shake Cyrus up and I check on the tiefling.
I straight up just kick the fucking desk through the door if I can just fucking destroy the whole thing in front.
Sure.
Because there's clanging steel and I am wanting to fucking fight.
Boom, you come out with your sword in hand. So you come out ready to fight. You see Thale limping towards
Unfortunately,
you.
I am going to say I'm raging.
Okay. You see Thale
I know it's
limping
so
towards
upsetting.
you with his ankle bloodied.
Where are they?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
What
What do you mean you don't know? I need to hit that.
I mean, the one I found was over there in the tall grass.
I run to wherever the fuck he just pointed.
I'm in common clothes, so I'm like in a baggy shirt and pants, and I'm like, what are you guys?
I have not changed.
Okay. Michelle, what is your passive perception?
A base of 10 plus my proficiency bonus.
You step in a bear trap. You step in a bear trap and take at half 6 damage.
Oh my god.
By the way, yes, that was the plan. Thale stepped in a fucking bear trap while on a midnight walk.
I start screaming at the bear trap, and not like a dainty scream, I'm like yelling at.
Like what? Cursing at it to
You-
let you
Yes.
Will wake the dead, and I go over and I take the card to help the
Well,
trap out.
You misunderstand. He is like 150 feet away from you at this point. Like you're gonna have to run all the way over to where he's
Oh.
at.
I take a swing at the bear trap
I'm
Give me a roll. Give me a roll.
with my great sword.
alright. See you later.
I have a +7. 10.
3 for a total of 10. Roll damage.
Fuck. 18?
Damage?
Jesus
Okay, you
Christ.
deal 9 damage to your own leg. Someone save this man, please.
I'm strolling it and I'm giggling.
I still haven't left the barracks yet.
No. So, Xan, you make it over there and see him just cursing at a bear trap. I mean, you're familiar with them, given your background, so you know how to disarm it, but it looks like he's done some more damage. There's a pretty big cut along his leg.
I'm getting ready to take another swing.
Hold on, do you want me to heal you or do you want me to take your leg off?
What?
Take it off.
Because the next swing just might take it off.
I'm straight up confused.
Do you want me to take your leg out of this hunter's trap or are you gonna take your own leg off?
That's an option.
Yes.
The first one.
You want to take your own leg off? Okay.
You said take the hunter's trap off.
Okay. Can you say please?
As he bleeds out.
I glare at you.
You can say please later. And I just tap it a little bit.
Don't you have to pry those back out to reset?
Actually, this one's got a spring.
Okay, I'm going to say, given your background, you don't have to roll to do this. You can open the trap and release his leg. You let go of the jaws as they snap shut, disarming it. Yeah, so Thale caught one of those last night too.
Alright, which one of you has the worst damage to your leg?
I look about 43 hit points left.
Yeah, actually, you suffered more damage, but you also have a bigger health pool. So
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, you've got so much health.
he's a
I have 58
barbarian.
total.
Damn.
Okay.
I only got 44.
I've only got 33.
I tried to make the big kitty hit me, but he didn't want.
I go over.
I have a half chub now, by the way.
Valis, which one do you want?
They've maimed themselves. I choose neither.
Look at both of them and I go, you didn't say please. You got yourself into this. I'll go with Valis.
I look at Thale and I just call him a bitch.
You're the one who tried to assault a bear trap.
It started it.
I think we need to find more bear traps just in case.
Yeah, he was rolling to find those, but that didn't happen. I mean, he found one, but, you know.
Sure, you do a bear trap.
Hey, I mean, he was trying to scout the area, but anyway.
Hit the bear barbarian with a bear.
It worked as intended.
It caught a bear. It just caught a bear.
Thale, now trying to nurse his leg, says, if anyone would, I would very much like to have one of those. Seems useful.
To have one of what?
A trap.
Oh, I have two.
Where's the one that was attached to your leg?
Oh, the one that was attached to your leg that I still
No,
sprung?
not the one that was attached to mine. The one that was attached to his.
Well, if you both can find some, then we can probably split it amongst ourselves.
I mean, I got another leg.
It's still out there somewhere with the better part of my pants.
It did not ruin my pants, did it? Or did it put a hole in the boot?
So,
No, it went through your boot.
Damn it.
I'm gonna go get dressed. Now, call me when breakfast is on.
Breakfast is already served. I've got
Oh.
a pot. There's a fire outside with a large stew brewing.
Ahamel? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he still breathing?
Yeah, he is, and he's actually stirring a bit. His
Okay.
eyes slightly open, but he's still not speaking.
I'll don my armor, gather my egg, and help him to his feet.
He tries to stand shakily. I mean, you're pretty much holding him up at this point. But at least he's standing. He says, I do feel a bit better.
That's good news. Let's go get food.
Can I heal one of my temporary hit points or hit die for
What?
my healing? Like healing over time, can I just roll one of my temporary heal because like on a short rest you get to re-roll your hit die, right? It's like
Yes.
one per level.
Yes. If you
Okay.
want to use one of those, you can. You get to roll your hit die and add your constitution.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I want it.
Yeah, for the short rest. And anytime you do a short rest, you expend one of your however many dice they refill during a long rest. So,
After they leave, I put my armor on and I leave the barracks too.
okay. So, breakfast is served. Big pot of stew.
8.
Various things, some of which were scavenged from around the area. The Ahamel, he actually seems kind of excited. He said, haven't eaten anything but dry rice for the past 3 days. Oh, it hurts just to think about food. And Valis is handing out some wooden bowls that he's found, and serving everybody up.
You still need to eat, dude. Can you tell us a little bit what happened?
He's eating his food and he says, not much to say. People started getting sick, got real weak and sweaty. The caravans would come to pick up lumber and end up taking a lot of people with them. As far as I can tell, I've been alone here for the last couple weeks. Well, me and Rhodus, but alone for the last couple days.
Yeah. Speaking of Valis, there's more food inside the barracks if we need to top our supplies.
Very good. However, I must say those traps that were put out came in handy. Before you ask, yes, I did find them, and I was not injured. Enjoy the deer.
Why, thank you.
I prefer Michelle, but you can call me.
I like that.
I wink.
He says, yes, I'll look into that. Trouble is, we'd be best off leaving the horses here, or, well, if this man is fit to ride, we can send it with him back to Heathcliff.
I would prefer to send him back to Heathcliff.
Yeah.
Very good. I hope you are good at the reins. The horses may steer off in a certain direction. I believe they're still drunk.
I Michelle over there after eating half of my breakfast.
It's not my fault the horse is a lightweight.
Thale is just munching on some bread. He's not partaking in the stew. And he says, if I were you guys, I'd get your fill. Probably won't find anything like this for a while. I've heard the tropics are a rough place unless you like to eat snake.
Cat.
Or that.
I wouldn't imagine you do much of eating, cat.
I've eaten cat.
Yeah, but they're cat people, so it's kind of cannibalism.
No, I get what he was getting at. It was a sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
No, I prefer hot dogs or sausage.
Valis says, "Here, here."
God damn it, Ron! He doesn't get it.
Valis, no.
Valis, yes.
Valis, they're talking
Please tell
about
me
how
they
much
do
they
the
like
sauce.
gay things.
Valis, no. So,
I wink. I wink at him again.
Alright, well, if everyone's ready, say we head out.
I'm fine, let's go. I take my bowl, I kind of clean it off.
Valis stands and he turns and looks over at Michelle and says, "I have a question for you. How much can you carry?"
I don't know, DM. How much can I carry? I don't know how to calculate this.
I see all this perfectly good wine in the back, and I would not like it to go back home.
The bottles of wine were in the back.
Half of them were with Xan, and some of them were in the wagon.
I put them in my backpack.
Oh, they're already in your backpack.
Yeah, they were already in my backpack.
Okay.
I was hiding them away from everybody else.
Okay, your carrying capacity is 15 times your strength score.
Which is what, 4, 5?
Is it the modifier or is it
it's
the...
the score.
So 15 times 20.
Yep.
Let me do some
300
quick-
pounds.
Yeah,
That's actually not bad. Because, I mean,
you can carry a full-sized man without slowing down.
That's actually good to know.
well,
You can carry a cat person.
Valis uses a lance. I think you can be counted as a steed.
He can ride me whenever he wants.
Obligatory ride me pun. Yeah, I saw that coming.
I go to ML and go, okay, use your second chance to start a family or something. Me,
Did he
take care
actually
of
say-
yourself, please.
I'm curious, did he actually say obligatory ride me?
No, I did.
Damn it, I had a comeback for that.
You like to get lanced a lot?
Well, I mean, with what you actually said, I was going to respond if he can see me come.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's,
Okay. Are you
Moving
okay
on.
there?
He's no longer a chub, though. What?
I think it's about time for me to hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah. Moving on.
Beat down the
Mel
road.
takes the reins. He thanks everyone and says, "I will make it to Heathcliff. When you come back, please find me, and I'll find a way to repay you."
Goodbye, random stranger that I haven't met.
He says,
Breakfast.
"I'm a good fighter. If you're ever in need, once I feel better."
I reiterate goodbye.
Okay. He heads off. So, Thale says, "Would you like me to scout ahead?"
Well, can you keep up with me?
Maybe a little further away from the camp, so you don't find any more bear traps.
Zach,
Uh,
do you want to see what's actually in my backpack? Just curious, because you were asking about the...
I don't micromanage carry weight. However, when I see you have an absolutely ridiculous amount of things, then I do start to take concern. Like, whenever I was playing with my brother, we were playing for like 4 sessions, and I happened to look at his character sheet, and he had like 6 spears and a war hammer and like 30 pounds of rations. And yeah, at that point, I'm interested.
I might have 30 rations.
You don't have 6 spears, 7 bodies, and
No, I have
3
2
carcasses.
javelins and... no, I have several javelins and a hand axe.
Just send me that in Discord, and we'll talk about it after the session.
I look at Theo and I'm like, Can you keep up with me this time?
If I don't have to limp, maybe. So yeah, he takes off.
I
Headed
take
east.
off right after him.
And of course, remember, you have that stone, so you can always get in touch with him, Sirris.
Okay. Well, you two stay together.
Okay. So,
I'm assuming all the rations we took from them when we looted the kitties, we put in the cart. So the guy's leaving with the cart of rations. Just
No,
putting
we
that out
took
there while I'm.
it out of it. That's
Well,
why.
I'm not taking shit, so that's up to y'all.
I mean,
I'm already gone.
I mean, nothing was said, so too little,
I've
too
got
late,
it.
I guess.
Whatever. We can
Um,
find food.
Okay.
We're walking down, or we're walking through the jungle in complete silence.
I'm making some checks. Oh
Do you want me to make checks too?
no, I'm not. I'm not making perception checks. I'm making encounter checks. So some time passes when Xan and Thale come across. God, I don't even know how to pronounce this guy. Burlgura. That.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but this
Really?
is me and Theo.
My new boyfriend.
He is. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
He's alone in a clearing. His eyes dart back and forth. You can't exactly tell what his intentions are, but you can see him at a distance. Thale kind of whispers, your thoughts?
I think he might be infected, but I also think he might be running from something. He looks pretty,
I don't think he's running from anything.
You think he's trying to look for something?
I think he's looking for something to eat, and that's us.
Or we can probably go back and tell the guys.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so we return and say there's this big-ass gorilla-looking thing up ahead. What do you want to do?
What do you mean by big ass gorilla looking?
It looks like it
Fine.
might kick your ass.
Oh,
Going to
deal.
Need more detail than that.
If he's bigger than me, show.
I've never seen such a creature before. It was quite large.
Like fur?
Yes.
It looks like he was looking for something, though.
Do you think I can take?
Maybe with the three of you guys?
Are you saying I can't take it by myself?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna, bend you over and then
I start straight. I pull my greatsword out and I start walking towards the thing that I was just told I couldn't.
So this is where character knowledge, player knowledge clash.
Give me a check.
What do you want me to check? Religion? Maybe?
I was
Nature.
thinking history to see if you would have heard of these things.
Okay.
I mean, it almost falls in the realm of Arcana, but not quite.
No.
Lilo.
Because I know what it is, and I don't know. It's
Is
definitely
he
not
technically
nature.
a beast?
No.
No. Religion. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, religion. I rolled a 14, and my religion is 4. I thought religion was okay. So 18.
Do you want to tell the group?
Yeah.
I'm already walking off to go hit this thing, so just to put that out
There's
there,
a bear trap in front of you, too.
that's not stopping me.
So I'm guessing they described it as well as we can see the picture here. maybe a little fuzzy on the details. I look over at Valis and you know what this thing is, right?
Absolutely, I do, and we should not go in that direction.
I don't think we should either. That's trouble that we don't want.
That man's going to die.
Yeah, let's go stop him. So I guess Valis and I are going to go manhandle the shell.
Try to. He might enjoy it.
Alright, I'm just putting this out there. I asked a very key question because of one of my character traits that I am role-playing through, and I was given not the correct answer.
How keen are you on fighting a demon?
I was just told I couldn't take this thing, so I'm going to go beat it. So that's...
Son, you are trying to fight a demon in the body of a beast a couple 100 pounds heavier than you that has the ability to use magic.
It can use magic too.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah, a lot of magic. Alright, look at me. You know I don't walk away from a fight. This is not a fight I want. I don't doubt that we can take it, but I also don't doubt that we would take losses.
I'm doing an evens and odds roll at this point, to see if I can intelligently stop myself. It's a 2, but it's an even. So, you've said, so you think we can take this, and we can kill it.
Yeah.
We
But-
likely could. However, most of us would be maimed to death.
But I would probably live. Okay.
Sure.
Let's not go in that direction.
I was working myself into a rage, and I did not.
So yeah. Described basically as we have. It's a giant gorilla-looking demon that makes multiple attacks with its
Bro,
teeth
it's
and
flaming
hands.
shit.
Yep, and has a number of innate spells on top of that, including some psychic, which would hurt were you enraged. But so if in my position, I say we should go very far away to get around this.
He's in the clearing, so you can probably stay a couple feet away from the edge of, inside the edge of the field. And be good. Or clear.
I don't think our friends in plate mail will be quite as silent as we are.
I'm not a really smart man, but he's saying we need to stay away from it, and I don't think 10 feet is gonna do. And I pat her on the head.
Yeah, we may have to make a detour. I just can't help but wonder, why is there a demon in the jungle?
It does raise questions. However, from what we've seen so far,
Did I recall what spell that was? Or did I just have a fuzzy memory of reading about it?
just a
the
hazy
worm.
memory of reading about it. It's some
Do you-
old magic.
I'm looking at the cleric, not the fighter with religious base. Apparently, do you
Well,
think
it
the
was intelligence. I didn't realize it was intelligence.
do you think the worms and the demon could be related?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with the kind of magic that your friend here was talking about, having to do with those worms, but typically, if there's dark magic around, demons are interested. That's my experience.
Well,
It's all
you're a
magic.
good knight, and he's a bad knight, so
So we shouldn't kill the demon thing. That's
we need to
maybe
leave that alone unless you want to get torn from limb. But
that would
with
be
the
fun.
with the large chance that we're actually going to win, and destroy it, we should still leave it alone.
By the way, what you do know, Sirris, you don't exactly recall much about how that went about, but you remember you were reading a certain text about the old gods when that came up.
Okay. Like old gods as in divine power, or old gods as in like chaotic?
Primal, I guess, is the better word for it.
Okay.
But yes, chaotic as well. Not a whole lot of people follow the old gods anymore. At least not in the countries that the two of you have, or that the group of you have visited. More follow it in Aelia. But at any rate, the magics used then were very archaic. More like witch doctor, voodoo sacrifice, crazy type shit.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go see if we can't find any more kitties.
Okay. Thale says, as we were approaching the clearing, the ground became a bit softer. I have a feeling there's wetlands if we travel too far around, so maybe something to prepare for. Shall we? Zan?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay. Scouting ahead, yeah, there are some wetlands. A very, not really a marshy area, just like every step your foot seems to sink a couple inches into the dirt.
Are there trees?
There are, but they grow sparser in this region.
Oh, I'm gonna climb and see every time I jump. Or use vines or whatever.
I'm gonna take my boots off and put them in my backpack.
Okay. You going barefoot?
Yep. Super thick skin, bare barbarian. So technically I have thick skin and super hairy, but I just went with super thick skin muscles that are like steel kind of thing.
Okay. Let's see.
But feet like babies.
No.
At the edge of the wetlands, Thale says, I think we should wait for the rest. There's not much a place for us to hide here if we're going to continue scouting. Got a sneeze coming on.
Yeah, I gotta see some.
Hey guys, what are you doing up there?
We're
And
trying
I
to.
like half yell it to them.
I threw a stick at him. Shut up! I'm looking at if I can hide or something. It doesn't look promising.
There's not much a place for us to hide here. The trees are too sparse. The grass doesn't grow quite as high. It's all moss covered, and we're better off sticking together.
I see that because I can see her. And
Just
I yell that.
Standing in a tree.
I threw a
no
moss
leaves.
ball at him.
Alright. Form up on us. Let's get this over with.
Marching order.
I pull out my great sword. I got this.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I've seen him nearly chop his own leg off this morning. Seems like he could take a hit.
You don't
It's
say.
Not all like it. Big boy.
Plus, you took some pretty significant damage yesterday. I'm sure you're still nursing some wounds. We'll put him up front. I'll get behind him, and
if it was me
then the
or you.
rest.
That was all you, Sirris.
Say something.
Okay.
Say something.
Oh, we lost
So,
him.
going through the marsh.
Am I muted?
Zach.
Yeah.
Zach. Hello.
53.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes?
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
What the fuck?
can you hear us?
You travel for
I can hear you. I
about
can
an
hear all of
hour
them.
and a half.
Can you guys hear us now?
Who'd I lose?
Hello?
Someone.
Are we all?
Anyone, please respond.
Is everybody here? No. You can hear me.
I can't hear you, Zach. Can you hear me? Nod your head up and down if you can hear. Hello. Hello.
Hello? I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Zach, can you hear me?
I'm gonna assume no.
Hello. Hello. Oh, Zach, talk.
Oh, hey.
I can hear
Hey,
you.
we can hear you now. Let's see if we can get Cyrus back.
Okay.
That was fucking weird. You cut out like halfway through what you were
Okay.
talking.
Cool. I
Oh,
can hear
yep, we
everyone
can
again.
hear you now.
Yay!
I
What the
don't know,
fuck
maybe-
happened?
Technology.
Did you just
Our
switch the
Discord
server?
rolled a 1.
Yeah, really? Gosh. Phil's in charge of the servers.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright. So it fell out of a tree and then stepped on a bear trap.
Broke its
Yes.
ankle. Hey, at least Theo was able to get out of the bear trap by
Shoot, we're
himself.
getting behind. Let's go.
Okay. So, up ahead in the distance. Actually, I would like everyone to give me a perception check. See who sees it.
Fuck, it's a -1. 15. No, it's +2. 18.
I will
16.
roll for the NPCs.
14.
Thale got a 15 plus. Yep. Okay.
I got a
So
16.
Oh, perception's a 4. So I got a 16.
so
I have the
everyone,
highest.
everyone sees it except Valis. Up ahead in the distance, near a large crooked tree in the clearing, you can see, well, it's unmistakable. Black dragon wormlings.
I thought you said there were no dragons.
You said wormlings, and I never said anything about blue dragons.
Not you. The
I
DM.
did not say there were no dragons.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know what a black dragon is. I mean, Michelle probably doesn't. Check what I rolled to see if I even know what the fuck that is.
Everyone knows what a dragon is. Folklore, mythology,
I'm going
tales.
to grab Valis's, the back of Valis's, armor and
How
pull
many
him back.
worms?
Okay, he just and he speaks in just a normal tone. What's the matter?
And I point at the black dragon.
Wormlings.
Wormlings.
There's an
How
S.
Now he sees it. 19 that time. Wish you would have told me to be quiet, though I would not have listened.
Is it the only one? Or is there multiples?
Two.
2.
Two little baby black dragons.
I look at Sirris. Can I have one?
No.
Is there any cover of any sorts?
You're far enough away, and they're young enough that they don't really notice you. They seem to be kind of fighting with one another over their meal, but there's not great cover. I mean, you can kneel down near there's like a little bit of a bank. You can kneel down there and get like half cover.
Are is this like a nest? Is there eggshells or stuff or like
Well,
Mm,
lucky for us, black dragons don't have much of a paternal instinct. But the alpha wouldn't like us messing with its brood. Um,
do we would I recognize the difference between the dragons and relate the fact that they are poison acidic based to what's going on?
Um, you know what? I want you to give me a check for that because as far as most sailors are concerned, dragons breathe fire. You know,
Okay. What do you want me to put with it?
your choice,
Survival?
your choice of history or survival.
I'm gonna go with survival because history is a -1. Survival, I'm proficient. I'm good at trying to live.
so
Oh shit. 21.
Yes, you know that.
we can.
I relay that and I'm like, hey guys, aren't black dragons are like poison acidic based, right? Like this is do you think that could be part of
They breathe acid, but I wouldn't imagine that dragons are connected to it.
Having said that, though, dragons aren't too keen on people settling near their breeding grounds.
well, there was nobody in the city and this isn't that far away. We walked,
It's not that far away from the camp.
so we should kill it. Them.
We can kill them, but we have to make sure that neither of them get away.
Or that they're not urban or stupid.
Huh. If only we had something heavy to attach to those. Wait a minute. Michelle, you're pretty heavy.
I am pretty heavy.
Well, we might be able to keep them from getting away if we act swiftly.
Do you really want to kill these things?
I want to
Black
kill
dragons
just about
are
everything.
Cowardly, but they're very sadistic.
Being able to say you've killed a dragon will definitely get you some pull back in the city.
We could probably keep a head or two.
Their parts go for a fortune on certain markets.
If we survive this, I want one of their skulls.
But the parts go for money.
If you can get the rest of the parts, I want the skull.
Well, that would mean that we'd have to.
Don't we no longer have a
carry
cart?
everything with us.
We need to act quick and decisively. Most importantly, we need to take out the wings as soon as possible.
I grab my great sword that's already pulled out and I fucking full on sprint.
No, I grab him. I grab him
You
and I
better-
shove him into the mud.
Contested strength checks, both of you roll.
I hope you can beat a 23.
18,
Actually-
I cannot.
That's a 25.
11 plus 7.
You shove him into the dirt. You feel something rubbing against your armor. Um, so yeah, he's got you pinned down for now. What are you trying to say to him, Sirris? I mean, obviously you don't want him just running off, but
Stop and listen.
I did listen. He said to go hit the thing and we don't want to wait too long.
Xan'Tha, see if you can get
Yes?
around to flank them.
If
I'm
I can
heavily
what?
breathing like I want to fucking hit this thing.
You want me to what?
Flank them. I want you to aim for their wings.
He wants you to hit him in the butt.
I got sneak on them, right?
They can fly at a speed of 10 foot per second.
I got sneak on them, right?
Yeah, we could. I mean, obviously, we would try to sneak in. It's just we have to do whatever we can to keep them down. A single arrow isn't going to be good enough. We're going to have to. We need to think here.
I You guys have a second before I start pulling this bow.
We need bait.
I'm good bait.
We have rations. We have traps. Too bad I don't
I
have
am
that
a
deer carcass.
gigantic hunk of meat.
I mean, they are currently feeding right now. Trouble is, like Sean said, black dragons are a bit cowardly, and these are babies. So their first instinct is going to be to get out of there. Maybe.
If you want, you can probably set traps around them.
So we should send the little one. Hey, where's that rogue?
Yeah, that was the point. I don't really want to be bait, but we need bait, so...
Thale, okay, here, how's this? We'll wait. Valis, Michelle, and I will wait in ambush.
You better hold me down, because I am, like, fuming wanting to fucking hit these.
Thale, I want you to get their attention.
yeah, just get their attention. Yep.
Bring them to us. And
Bring them to me.
You're in charge of keeping them on the ground.
And then do you want me to
Yep.
attack their wings as soon as I can?
You know, it would be quite unfortunate to meet my hero one day and die the next.
Can they wrestle?
Wrestle. Give me just
I
one
did
moment.
take Cavern
How
Brawler, so like
far
that's
away are they from us right now?
Give me 1 second. I'm looking something up, okay? doo-doo-doo-doo.
I look at Thale. You have my words, you won't die today.
Someone's word doesn't usually mean much to me, but that's kind of comforting. 1 second here. I'm just trying to find this. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was just looking over Thale's character sheet because I remembered a certain ability that he has.
Yeah, he should be way more mobile than any of us.
Well, yes, he is, but he is also a mastermind. So,
Oh.
yes, what that means is he can mimic speech or sound of any creature that he hears for 1 minute. Which means he would be able to, for example, make a call of a black dragon in pain, or at least mimic it enough to get their attention.
Okay. I'll tell him what to say in Draconic, because I'm guessing he's relaying this to us. That he has
Yes.
the skill.
Yeah. So he can mimic the way that they sound. If you can, yeah, just tell him what to say, then.
Okay. I'll tell him, and then I guess we'll wait.
All right, very good. He reaches
I
into
hope you're
his
holding
bag.
me down this whole time, Sirris.
He
Yeah.
reaches into his bag and pulls out what basically looks like a cloak that appears to be grass, and covers himself and just like crawls towards them.
I want that boat.
I want the dragon.
It's taking a long time for him to crawl all the way where he's a good distance away from them, but he does start making those noises, and you see their heads perk up. They start looking around inquisitively and kind of chirping at one another, and they begin to run in a serpentine gallop towards him, and he just goes dead silent.
I'll say over the stone. Do you want to stay there, or do you want to run back to us?
Do something.
Oh, do you want me to shoot their wings?
I am almost foaming at the mouth.
Unleash the hounds.
Tell me when I should shoot the wings.
Yeah.
And I am going to punch the shit out of this.
I'll signal you.
Just
What?
do it. Just do it.
And then I let go of Michelle.
And I full fucking sprint just to fucking go and punch the thing in the face and then do the.
Do I have
Okay.
sneak though on them?
You are hidden, yes.
I 100% don't want to be.
Sirris,
I let go of Michelle.
and you're just letting him go. You're just waiting to see what happens.
No, I guess. Well, Valis and I aren't as fast as everyone else, so I guess we just have to
15.
run up there.
15 to hit. The arrow sinks into the wing of the dragon, but it doesn't really seem affected. It kind of just pierces the scale.
How far away? How far away are they?
About 120 feet away.
Okay.
And yeah, it does not do damage, but they are now looking in your direction and see Michelle just full on sprinting that way.
I'm gonna use Dread Ambusher.
What? Initiative rolls. Everyone roll initiative.
Okay. Holy shit, dude! I am on fucking fire.
15.
14, 18,
I got a 19.
Okay.
20.
Oh,
Dread Ambusher allows me to use my wisdom modifier to roll.
you know what?
Did you get a natural?
Fail got a natural.
Woo!
At 20.
From the.
Yeah, it's the only thing that doesn't actually benefit him. He gets to go first. That's it.
He lays there and just pisses himself.
Well, Michelle runs on top of him.
Okay, Sirris. Michelle, what'd you roll?
15. I might actually be last.
You're above Valis. But the dragon, gets an 18.
Ooh. That was close.
Which, you got a 19, right, Sirris? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, these great initiative rolls are kind of wasted, aren't they?
Great. I rolled an 11.
24, 20, 18, or no, a 19, and then, 11, 5.
Oh, wait, the cleric's behind me. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Fail goes first. Sneak attack. Oh, God.
Did he hit me in the ankle?
He rolled a 3 and a 6. Even with advantage.
It's okay. He's still scared.
So he leaps out and jumps, grabbing the black dragon by its horns, and is slung to the side.
Poor guy. He just can't catch a fucking break.
Alright, that's turn for Thale. Zan.
Am I still hidden? I'm gonna keep asking this until you say no.
What?
Am I still hidden?
Yes. You are 120 feet away, hiding behind a bank. You're pretty much going to stay hidden.
I'm gonna use my bow again.
Okay, let's see here.
16 is a miss. Well, it's a hit, but it doesn't do anything.
Well, that's fine. I'm aiming for the wings.
Yeah, I mean, you got an arrow in there, but it's not really affecting him.
I got 2 arrows in there.
Yeah. Okay, Sean.
Hold on. Give me just a second. Trying to think of what would be the best way to do this. Because I'm going to move my full movement towards them, and then I'm going to. Actually, that doesn't get me in range, does it?
Your full movement, if you use the run action, it would be, but I'm saying at this point you've already ran, so you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean the whole last turn was just you guys running, so.
Okay.
Baywatch
I'll
style.
attack him. I'll attack the first one at the edge of my range.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Big money, no whammy.
I'll give you a whammy.
Okay, does a 16 hit?
Zan, do you know the answer
Actually,
to that
no.
question?
Yes, it does
No,
hit.
it's a-
15 hits.
No, it doesn't do damage. Your
Okay.
arrows hit it, but its armor, its natural armor, is too strong. So pretty much the same thing. You manage to clip it, but you can feel your weapon kind of pull to the side as it deflects off of those scales.
Huh.
And now it's their turn.
Yep.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
This is going poorly so far.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone except Zan needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on. Zach, you should have advantage on this.
I do?
Fail got an 18.
How do I have advantage?
Danger sense.
Danger zone.
Oh, shit. I should have had that on the last one. Then.
Too little, too late. I didn't think about it. That's my bad.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter because I rolled the same number.
What'd you roll?
Right?
13.
I need to learn my class too.
Oh.
And I'm not raging yet.
18. 17 plus 1.
Okay, now everybody make that roll again. Because there's 2 dragons.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Hold on.
No, I'm not excited for you. I mean, Thale also rolled a nat 20.
I'll roll my advantage, but nat 20. So 20.
Get a 16 that time.
And a 16, which makes 20. So 24 and 20.
Okay, so
Can I just use those for both mine?
the first one you failed, the second one you succeeded. What was your first one there, Sirris?
It was 18. Yeah, 18 and 16.
Okay, you succeed both times. Thale succeeds both times. Valus succeeds once. So, everyone who succeeded takes 22 damage.
Holy fuck. This was a
And
mistake.
here's me in the little riverbank.
If you succeeded from both of them, you take 22 damage. You and Thale, or you and Valus, take 33 damage.
I would have been dead.
Yeah, 33 damage.
Ow!
Valus
Wait.
is unconscious.
Michelle should have succeeded 2 times.
I succeeded once.
You
Yeah.
rolled a
My
20.
first roll was a 13,
Oh, you were
and
Yeah.
the other one was a nat 20.
If you fail, you take 22. If you succeed, you take half. So
damn.
Valus just got sprayed with acid, screamed, and collapsed on the ground.
I think we need to run.
Thale is pretty badly burned. Pretty much everyone pretty badly burned.
Okay.
Yeah, except for Zan. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think run's good. As a matter of fact, Thale is already running.
The tail's on the ground, burning.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
it was Malice was the one on the ground.
Yeah,
Oh.
Thale's just like, fuck all, he's running.
Michelle, I point at Valus and I kind of
Oh,
start
they can't
booking
see-
it too.
They can't see or hear you. You're hiding way far away, invisible in the shadows.
There's 2 sides to this coin, isn't there?
Michelle,
Yeah. It's your
How
turn,
about-
Zach.
I'm not raging yet, so I will say that I'm probably open to an order.
Thale didn't give any orders. He just got the fuck out.
I know.
Va-
Saying what I'm saying for a reason. And there's only one person in charge of the mercenary company. So,
Sirris,
Okay. Um. Fuck.
under 6 seconds. So, make a snappy choice.
yeah.
No, yeah, I told you to grab Alice. We need
So,
to.
run. That's all I heard is run.
Are you running back to where Xan's at, or are you running like the other direction across the marsh? Where are you?
Where's the body? Because they were ahead of me, right? No? Behind me?
Who? The dragon?
The fucking bitch ass cleric that just hit the dirt.
Oh,
Boyfriend.
beside you. He's just like lying.
My boyfriend just hit the dirt. That's what I'm paying attention to. I just grab him by the back of his fucking shirt, throw him over my shoulder, and fucking start booking. How much?
You're running at half speed.
So I can pick him up and throw him over my shoulder and just book.
Well, book it is a relative term. I mean, if you're going full speed, it's 60, but you're moving at 30, which is basically you move the amount that you would normally walk.
I'm 70.
Well,
So 30.
yeah.
I would rage.
I don't think that's gonna help me carry the body. But yeah, I'm sure I'm angry about being fucking sprayed with acid. So yeah, I go into a rage
So that's your
after
turn.
picking up.
Valis is unconscious. Thale is booking it like a little bitch. Xan,
I am staying where I'm at until I know it's clear.
you're just head down in the dirt.
I'm like, nope.
Let's see if they take pursuit. I'll give you a 50-50 chance. Evens they do, odds they don't.
I haven't moved yet.
What are you doing, Sirris?
I would assume running the tank looks at about 21 hit points of 58.
Yeah, but if they follow, we're fucked. I'm gonna snarl at the one in front of me. And I'm
You're gonna try to look big.
God damn, this is stupid.
What do you mean you'll miss us?
I'm going to attack it.
We're not gonna die. At least I won't.
And
Okay.
I'm going to action surge. So the first hit is a 21. 12 plus 9.
That's a hit.
And then the second hit. It's a natural.
As a natural.
Isn't that
Natural
what?
1.
Natural 20.
Oh.
And okay, hold on, let me.
I wanted to invite you, or treat you guys to meeting Kershaw, who you'll probably hate more than meeting Crenshaw.
Okay, so that's 8. 8 plus, what's my damage? 5. So 13 off the first hit. And I maxed it. So 15, 30. So it'll be 44. And then I will smack it in the face with the pommel. Or at least try to. Actually, can I use the can I use my bonus action to try and intimidate? I know it's probably stupid, but I can't see you. Your head's down.
You killed him.
No shit.
No shit. Yeah, you killed him. So any way you want to do that?
Okay. I wasn't expecting to kill it.
They have high armor class, but not crazy health.
Okay,
I mean,
so
good health.
the first attack would have just been a stab to the gut, and then the second attack would have been me pulling it out and then stepping to the side and bringing the hammer down on its head.
Okay. You bleed it out and smash its skull. It collapses to the ground. The other one takes a couple steps back and furls its wings defensively. It looks
And
startled.
I'll
Um,
can I use the bonus action to intimidate?
yes, I'll allow this.
Okay. I'm acting very tough right now.
Hiss,
Let's-
hiss.
Hold on, let me see what my intimidation is. I think I took intimidation.
I have intimidation of +5,
I have intimidation
but
of
I'm
+2.
carrying my boyfriend.
So that is an 18. Intimidate.
The other dragon doesn't like its odds. It tries to fly away.
Was it in my
It's in-
range?
Yes.
Okay, bitch.
Break the wing off.
Is it the one with the arrows in its wing?
No, that one's on the ground bleeding out.
Okay, so you said a 21 hits. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Okay. And that is not great damage. So 9 damage.
9 damage.
Is that
It
enough
does
to
not
break
look
its wing
happy.
off?
That is enough to clip it. It gets up in the air and then crashes back down to the ground. Sean, I'm feeling really nice right now. I'm gonna say it's prone.
Okay. Well, it's not my turn.
Well, unless somebody wants to turn back
I'm
around.
I'm still within shooting
Ah.
range, and I can still run there.
Michelle,
I'm
it's your
following
turn.
what I was told. So am I turning back around?
Well,
I'm waiting for
the
Dick
whole
to
reason I stayed there was to buy you enough time to get away.
So am I still running? Have you changed what you've yelled at?
Well, you just heard yelps and the sound of squishing bone and meat.
I don't know if that's you or not. I'm not facing you. So if you want to change the last thing I heard, you might want to say something.
I gave
Otherwise,
a
I'm going
very
to keep
dramatic
running.
roar at the dragon.
And heard bones squishing and breaking shortly
Just tell him
thereafter.
to come back.
Okay, Michelle, you're still running as far as this thing's concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if he's not going to say something, then yes, I'm going to keep double that in mud. So
I'm kind of in awe of myself right now. Yola,
Uh,
you have to excuse me.
Fail will attempt to make a ranged attack. He's not getting back in there because that was terrible. But he'll attempt a ranged attack, which misses.
of course it does.
Wait, he would have advantage.
Ranged would have disadvantage, right? On a
Misses.
prone thing?
Doesn't matter. Misses either way.
Okay. Sorry, I
Well,
shouldn't have.
Is
No,
he
you're
sharp? Is he sharp? Is he 2/3? How covered is he?
Prone is prone. Ranged attacks have disadvantage on
I sharpshooter.
Well, she's got the
Uh,
sharpshooter.
Yeah, that's right.
I would give it to her.
I would say since you would have advantage and disadvantage, they cancel out. Just do a normal attack roll.
hit it in the dick.
22.
She might have hit in the dick.
Yep, that hits. Roll me some numbers. Give me damage.
Four.
That was a hot face, yeah.
Is that adding your dex?
That's adding my dex. Which
You
is
rolled a
4.
1?
I rolled a 0.
So that'd be 5.
How do you roll a 0?
On a D8, there's a 0 on it.
What?
That's 10. That means 10.
On a D8?
Oh,
There is that. Yeah, you rolled a D10. What the hell are you? And
If you
that would
roll
be
a
10.
D10 and you get a 0, that's 10.
Yeah, no, just what the fuck
hold
was?
on, I got it. I
I
got
was
it.
the dumb one.
So you
8,
didn't.
8, 8.
She just rolled. Yeah, she rolled a 4, so plus 4. So since I'm not trusting her ability to count at this.
So was it a 14 or was it a?
It was a 4 plus 4, because it's
So
a D8, and it's
No.
piercing.
No, it's a D10.
For longbow,
Yeah,
I looked it up. It's D8.
I've got the chart right in front of me. Longbow.
Go
would be
with what the
D10.
DM said.
Okay.
So you rolled a 10 then, so it would be plus 14. You already rolled the D10.
Okay, so it's 14.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know if it did
I'm
this
gonna
still
fucking
say
cry
it's
myself
10.
to sleep tonight. But I'll have my boyfriend.
The arrow goes deep into the dragon's neck. It lets out a squeal. It's not quite dead yet, but it's very badly wounded as Sirris takes a step forward, looking down over its battered body. It's your turn, buddy.
Is it still prone?
Yep.
Sweet, I hear 2 dice touch. It's like testicles.
You know what? I'll use my Great Weapon Master, because I don't know if I can kill it in one blow without it. Feeling ballsy.
Yeah.
So 9 minus I'd have
So
plus 4
what?
to hit.
We're gonna lose, raise it? Huh?
Give me that roll.
21. 17 plus 4.
And damage.
Damage
Plus 10.
is- So that is 10 plus 10, so 20.
20. Okay, how you want to do it?
I'll just bring the axe down on its fucking head. I'm gonna cut it off.
Okay, just so we're clear here. These enemies had an armor class of 17, but they only had 33 hit points. So both of them died at like negative 15. So they're like super dead. Like you just massacred them beyond what was necessary. But they are dead.
I'm still running.
You should probably call everybody back.
Because now I've heard more bone crunching.
I just
So I don't know if
bend
it just
over
took another bite out of a dead Sirris.
and I'll grab the head of that dragon by the horn. I'll hold it up and we got your skull.
I crawl up from the bank and I'm like, yay! Let's
I
see if
slow
I
down
can.
because Zan is cheering. And I hear a voice behind me that's not dead.
I'm just gonna lay down.
Can I skin this, please?
One sec.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay down in the mud. I'm done right now.
I'm very cautiously coming to you, by the way.
Hey, we need a healer for the shit.
Okay. So
Can I skin this?
Has he been making death saving throws to you?
You might want to heal Valis.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, and we've had 2 turns.
oh, he saved.
Nat 20.
He saved.
So I can feel him breathing on my shoulder.
If you take him to me, I'll heal him.
Yeah, he saved. Yes, you can skin it. However, there's only so much you can carry, and it takes a certain level of craftsmanship. However, with your leatherworking background, it's doable.
I can skin a
I
cleric.
want to just take one hide of dragon. And
Kill 2
to clean
dragons.
the skull.
I'm laying in the mud, breathing
And
heavily
I'm
at
going
this
to
point.
cast Cure Wounds. And he gets a...
I'm bringing my boyfriend to Zan and like laying him down, holding him in my arms while she casts on him so that I'm the first face.
What would it be for spellcasting?
Your spellcasting ability modifier as a ranger is wisdom.
He's got
Yeah,
8 hit points left, or he's got 8 hit points now.
Plus your proficiency modifier.
Is 1.
Your proficiency modifier should be 2.
Okay, 2. So 9.
Okay. He is in stable condition. What's your armor class, Michelle?
19.
He awakens to see your face and attempts to punch you. But you kind of just knock that out of the way.
Can I let him hit me?
Yeah.
I want to let him hit me.
You take 2 damage.
I love you too.
Oh, plus his strength, 4 damage.
Hey, baby.
I
He
tap.
says, "Oh God, we all died, didn't we?"
I tap
I
Cyrus.
died. I went to heaven.
I tap Cyrus on their shoulder. Still make a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Thale walks over and he's like, "Wow, you really didn't let me die."
I'm holding the cleric until he tries to fight, and then I'm gonna try to snuggle him like George and the dog until he forces himself out of my arms.
So, Theo, where did you get that cloak?
Oh, I have many disguises in my bag here. For every occasion, sometimes you just need to be a brick wall. Quite useful.
Don't show me that. or you won't have it.
Okay. I'll stand up. We need to bury the bodies.
Well, one of them is skullless and has no leather, so we can just take him. If we take him back over to the camp, I think we should rest up too.
Valis is interested in some leather as well, dragon hide.
Take what you want, but we need to hide this.
Is he forcing himself out of my arm?
Yes.
I want to fight it.
Roll.
Let the man be.
Fuck. Is it just a strength?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Still lands at a 15.
18 plus 2.
God damn it.
No joke either.
8 plus 7.
So he gets out, and you can tell he's flustered, but he's also happy that you saved him. So he doesn't really know what to do. He just kind of and trots off towards the dragon.
Blushing.
I'm still just kind of sitting there in shock.
I'm probably just gonna lay down in the fucking mud because your tank is down to 17 hits.
I think we should get rid of all of this, or the rest of the carcasses, and I think we should head back to camp so we can.
No,
They're
no.
doing.
No, we can't backtrack.
The camp is hours away. While I was making my tactical retreat, I saw a clearing out in that direction. That'd be a good place to stay.
Is it the same clearing as the demon?
Can we take a minute to breathe? Can I get a short?
Well, that's kind of the point. There's a good place to rest up ahead.
I don't know about wanting to leave here to go somewhere else and maybe run in.
We're gonna have to leave soon because as soon as dragons come around, there's gonna.
Well, I mean, you got to think if he can see the place, it's not far. He wasn't out scouting. He was just running away and happened to see a good place to hide.
So I'm going to go ahead and start burying the bodies after they're done.
I'm gonna go walk over to the clearing and then put my back against one of the trees. Unless I see something to not want to go that way.
So you're heading in that direction?
I'm heading in that direction to go put my back against the tree and take a bit of a nap.
You're hiding
because
dragon
that
bodies.
hurt.
Okay. A little flavor text here for you. Surrounded by heavy vines is a warm meadow. In the center is a monolith, many stones in a circle around this area. Um, as you're walking in, you don't see any wildlife of any kind, even insects. Seems like nothing is here.
That's fucking weird.
Carved into the side of each of these large stone monoliths are runic symbols. Sean, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, I took the other. Well, actually, no, I squashed the other one's head. Never mind. I was going to say I took the other dragon's head, but I squished it.
Yeah. Since we're past our time, I'll just say for expedience that you guys take whatever you would like.
Yeah, I rolled a 16.
Okay.
No, I rolled a 10 plus 6 for Arcana.
Okay. Your Arcana check reveals that the stones were used to track the stars, and that land is considered sacred ground by some tribal people.
Druids.
Let's. We can rest on the edge, but let's not go in there. I think we've done enough defiling in this forest for now.
No, I haven't
Okay.
defiled anything yet.
Oh,
So-
good rest.
That's the plan, right? Okay. So everyone's going to rest, correct?
Yeah.
I'm
Well, if
watching
I could get a
everybody be
long rest,
fine.
I would love a long rest.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Everybody's going to rest.
I'm just gonna watch him. I'm fine.
Well, before we end this campaign, I have one last little bit of information. Everyone, except for Zan, because she's chosen not to, has a prophetic dream. So, you all see a wolf running quickly through the forest, trees and greenery darting past in frantic pursuit. Suddenly it stops and begins to crawl. Through tall grass, a deer can be seen grazing. The wolf lunges forward and begins devouring its prey, only to be quickly pierced by an arrow. Primitive-looking man begins to drag the wolf away. You see him return to his tribe and begin to carve it up for his family. You see the man walking with his back haunched, and he slowly rises more upright. He plants a seed in the ground, and almost as if a time lapse, you see the crops rapidly grow. And he goes through with the scythe and rapidly removes them all. His hands are outstretched, and you see an ear of corn, which slowly fades and is replaced with gold coins. His head rises upward, the sun beaming down, and he smiles. But the sun quickly sets, and the moon begins to rise, a dark crimson in color. A look of panic spreads across the man's face. Looking to and fro, he sees fires set upon his fields and his home until he's surrounded by a roaring inferno. The last thing you see is just his eyes, reflecting the flames. He pants heavily as black tendrils burst from his eye sockets. And then everyone wakes up. And that's where we're going to end the game tonight.
Does that count as a long rest?
Yes, it did.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know, so whether or not I needed to remove
Yeah. So I've got everyone's experience in here. I'll let you guys know the next time you level up. But for now, that is going to be the end of episode